completely different from watching something on film. It's, you know, you're there, you're part of it, anything can happen, it's real, these are real people, and there's a connection there between audience and the actor that you don't get from a TV screen.
A certain number of people like that, like, you know, they like to see the people up there doing it like right now, and live, and no second chance, that kind of stuff. Better than film.
You get a lot of feedback from the audience. You get a lot given back to you, you know, from the audience. It's a kind of an uplifting effect when you connect with an audience, when you know that they know what you're trying to do.
Think about it, because if you're thinking about being in character, then you're not in character. You know what I mean? You just have to go out there and just be.
You get the character, and you become the character, right? And that's the really neat thing.
Well, I guess it's trying to remember your lines while you're trying to remember what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to be, and trying to stay in character and that sort of thing. Actually, it gets easier the more plays you've been in.
For me, I don't think I actually get in character until I'm right on stage and interacting with people on stage. I can practice over and over again, usually by myself. But even when I'm with another person practicing, it doesn't seem as real as when you get on stage.
Okay, I got you this sponge.
But
I think it's hard to work the characters out. That's what I find the hardest, and to portray. Sometimes you think you're portraying what you want to, and it's not coming across. So, and that's why we have directors, so they can tell us what to do.
It's such a people-oriented thing. You know, that to me that's the experience you really need, is dealing with groups of people and being able to make them all, you know, work together and feel like they're contributing and creating that team.
And hold on to her. Hold on to her. She needs comfort right now.
When you do read that script the first time, there's certainly, for me, a visual image of how this will work.
Don't throw that away. What does that mean? It's like you're thinking.
And then when I reread it again, I actually, well, you know, make notes and you know, even specific blocking notes, so that I actually can see the whole play unfold on stage in my mind. It certainly helps if, first of all, acted before on stage, because a director, their biggest job is working with the actors, and so knowing what it's like to be on stage, what's involved in the rehearsal process, and learning the lines, and the amount of time that takes, and knowing what works to motivate actors and what doesn't work to motivate actors.
Make a beeline over to the chair, and you can.
For most actors, they don't want to hear the director doing a line read of something. They want to do it themselves, but they want the director to help them get to that point where they can do it themselves.
Okay, so I'd like to get you. I'd like you to get her in the chair.
Can you give me a whack across the face?
Oh, I don't want her slapping
okay.
you. I will start laughing when I see that.
I think that'd be kind of funny. Okay.
Okay, then you can shake her and then place her in
Yeah,
the
sure.
But I want you. Yeah, it's a little difficult with the arms here. I was thinking of that.
That's
chair,
okay.
But
Yeah.
Stop it. Settle her down.
Just depends. If it's a good humorous play, then when you get the first laugh, you think, oh, that's nothing. Wait till you hear some of the good lines, you know. So it's very gratifying, I think.
2 seconds before you go through the door. Well, you develop your character, right? As you slowly go, but you have to actually be in character right when you walk through that door for the first time. There you go.
I just sort of try to assume the mannerisms of that person in my head, and then I'm hoping that I can project them out. But I'm naturally nervous anyway, so it's lucky because my character is nervous. So it worked out good. yet.
To me, I think it's the reaction from the other characters. Some moments are more real than others, and I think it does change night per night somewhat. Just sometimes you just lose yourself in the fantasy and you're not even thinking about what's coming next. It just seems to flow. And those moments are precious because they don't always happen.
Ability to make sure that you don't miss your lines, that you know your lines and everything, and that you remember everything. Yeah, I guess that's, and we always wish for good audiences. What's tough is when we don't have a big audience out there.
Not pretending to be somebody, but being honestly that person while you're on stage.
So do you feel that when you're on stage?
Oh yes, you can do that, especially if you know your part well, and you must know your part well. And then if you have that security of knowing who you are, then you get the enjoyment of transmitting that character and their feelings to the people in the audience.
And how do you know when you're there?
Well, you never do, because audiences differ. Some audiences will give you back and others will sit there rather stony. But then you have to sort of ignore that, because as long as you're giving your best, that's all you can do.
Why do I do it? I guess when I was a kid I liked to play house and pretend, and that's really what acting is all about. I mean, I think everybody has acted in their life, we just sort of carried it on. We never grew up. You know, we're just pretending to be somebody else. And if you get that into your head, acting is really easy and it's a lot of fun.